The next book that I read is The Salt Grows Heavy by Cassandra Khaw. This is a really good book, very tiny. It's like a novella. I think I'd call it a horror romance. It's probably the first book I can think of that I would call a horror romance. Um, you could probably call it a dark retelling. I don't think it really falls into that I don't think it fits that mold super great. Um, the premise is that imagine the saddest, most depressing, darkest version of the Little Mermaid story, and this book takes place directly after that. Well, the Little Mermaid, and this isn't a spoiler because it's like the first page of the book. The Little Mermaid gives birth to a horde of monster daughters who eat the prince and eat the kingdom and kill all humans in the kingdom. And in the wreckage, the Little Mermaid is like, well, that was cool. Now what? I don't know. I guess I'll leave. There's nothing else to do here. Can't go back to the ocean, but can't stay here. And as she's walking off, the plague doctor, who treated her throughout her very strange pregnancy, approaches her and they ask if they can travel with her. And again, not super spoilers because they reveal pretty early that the plague doctor is a Frankenstein monster, and they quickly fall in love. But things get complicated when they happen on a village of children who hunt and kill each other for sport because death means nothing to them because there are three saints that live in their village who can restore them to life. But there's a lot more going on in the background. I would say this is much more horror than it is romance, although I think the romance is really sweet. And the main character is extremely inhuman, but her love for her plague doctor really humanizes her and makes her such a sympathetic character. I would say if you're squeamish, if you don't like body horror and like stuff like that, probably look up some content warnings, or you can just ask me and I'll tell you if there's certain specific things that you can't handle. Because it does get very dark. I would say the prose turns purple at times, although it's strange to call like describing viscera and sub-zero temperatures as purple, but it does. Highly recommended to anyone who loves horror, who loves who's interested in something like that, who finds it interesting. I love it. It's probably gonna be one of my favorites of the year, I anticipate. Okay, bye.